I have a very distinct memory, and it's when communism ended in Budapest. All of my family, and not just everybody, we were out on the streets and we were watching the Russians move their military vehicles out.
Whoa.
And I remember that, and I told my mom years later, and she's like, I can't believe you remember that. You were 2.
Yeah.
That was in 89.
But so dramatic.
It was dramatic. We were all on the streets, and I'm like, what the heck are we doing out of here?
And they had occupied it, and we're just all going home.
It was communism ending. The Russians were moving out.
Wow.
And that's the earliest memory I have of Hungary. And, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, dumb question.
Yes.
Where is Hungary?
It's breaking bread.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. You came up from San Diego.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you gave the response. I said, like, and you're going to drive back, and you were like, yeah, let me just go back. And you gave a response like you're tired of people saying, that's a long drive.
I mean, I've heard it my whole, they're like, well, because there's always this, like, anytime I would come up to do a show or a meeting or anything, they're like, so you came up for this? Like, the tone of, like, you spent all that time in the car to come up for this? And now knock on any meeting I've been to, any show I've done, and I'm like, yeah,
get over it.
Yeah.
But in LA, there's definitely the thing, like, if somebody offers me a meeting after 2:00
right
in Santa Monica,
yes,
I'm like, well, I'm not going because I'll never be home. I'll never make it back.
I did live here for a short time, and it was in Culver City, and there were many open mics and little shows I'd get booked on that I would start the journey there. And then halfway through, I just go, forget this. And then I just go home. I'm like, what are my dreams? Let's just forget my dreams. I have an apartment.
I literally have a private show in San Diego on Saturday.
Oh.
And I'm flying in from Phoenix. I'm going to do that show. And then I have a car that's driving me back home to LA after the show.
Whoa.
And all I can think about all week is, I wonder what that traffic's going to be like. Are people all leaving the beach at
Saturday?
9:00 on a Saturday?
I think you'll be all right.
I think it should be all right.
I think that should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the benefit? Or what's the private, corporate?
Yeah, corporate.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
My father always laughs at me. He's always like, so who's it for? I'm like, I don't know.
I like
He's
not
like,
knowing.
Yeah, I don't need to. Why do I have to be worried about real estate people? I'm going to do my act. You know?
Do you want to know more about our CEO? I'd like to know less.
Yeah, I'd like to know less.
Yeah.
Because if I do make a good joke about him and you all laugh, you're then going to not laugh even less than
Yes, exactly.
at all my rest of my stuff. Because you're
Yeah.
like, why aren't you making fun of Bob?
Oh, that's the worst. You have some inside joke for the company, and then they're like, yeah, and then you're like, how about my jokes? And they're like,
how about me and my family?
Oh, we hate all that.
For our listeners, I apologize if you're sensing some tension between Zoltan and myself. He's here to promote his special, which is a great thing.
Yes.
It's called London Fog. It's on YouTube right now.
Yes.
And you're so damn funny. And
Thank
I've only
you.
became aware of you in like the last 2 years, I guess.
Yeah.
And asked you to do my shows in New York.
It was so cool.
So great. And you just really make me laugh. You know,
I appreciate
there's a lot
that.
of funny people, but for whatever reason, some comedians make you laugh personally, right? There's a very famous comedian who I love, and a booker the other day said to me, I don't get him. And I was like, he's the funniest guy on earth. But I can't beat him up for it.
No.
Because it just doesn't tickle him.
Right.
This is inappropriate to say, but you tickle me.
Thank you. That's how I got on the show, everybody.
So anyway, I'm just setting this up to say that we're being very generous in our time and our effort. We have a whole staff here that's putting this show on. And Zoltan just made me agree to my daughter's request to pay $880.65 to get a test on a rabbit of why it's not eating hay.
Oh, you cut out that part. I thought it wasn't feeling well.
It's not feeling well.
Oh, okay.
He's not just being finicky and like, I'd rather eat veal parmesan. Just learned this too. Rabbits have to eat hay.
Okay.
Because it's for their digestion and their teeth. they're always chomping on stuff.
They have teeth that never stop growing. Is
Right.
that true? I do.
That
know
is
that.
true.
Yeah.
And if you ever see a horrifying picture on the internet to research that fact, you will be exposed to a rabbit with teeth that wraps around its body.
Yes.
Because they just keep growing.
Yes. That's why they are either pets or they are killed by coyotes.
Right.
Those are the two lives. Those are the two trajectories of rabbits. Yeah.
Yeah. You're either bougie in a rabbit hutch with a comedian dad paying for your medical bills, or you're just coyote food.
You're torn apart. Yeah.
If they don't have the hay, they eat everything in your daughter's dorm room. Power cords, boots, other items that you then have to pay for to replace.
Oh, wow. So your daughter's off at college with a rabbit in the dorm.
Yeah.
That sounds like a sitcom.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very sitcom-y life she's living.
What would you title it?
Something with like a hair pun. Hair in the sink. I don't know. Something like that, I guess.
Hair clog.
Yeah.
So thank you. I baked you bread, by the way, also.
I
just came out of the oven.
I'm pumped for that. That's the most exciting part. I mean, doing the show is awesome, but I'm a sourdough sucker. I plow bread more than I should.
Good. So let's just add that in the column of things Tom did for you, as opposed to the column of what you've done for me, which is make me $800 poorer.
There are a couple things on that column. You also recommended me to Esty at the Cellar.
Yeah.
And I swung around and hit myself in the head with the bat. And I was like, Tom doesn't even know me like that. And he was just nice enough to recommend me.
And you got passed.
I didn't.
You didn't?
No. I'm
is that what you mean by swung around and hit yourself with the bat?
They set me up for a home run, and
what happened?
18 years of comedy left my brain. I saw the silhouette of the sweet old lady in the doorway watching me, and then I just started talking. And my brain's like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. What are you doing?
No.
And that lasted.
Because you only have for our listeners, you have 5 minutes set. Usually after somebody established at the Cellar on a Friday night.
They couldn't have set me up better.
Right.
And I remember right before I went on, Jim Norton's like, good luck. And I'm like, you're Jim Norton.
Yeah.
And and then I just forgot what life was for like 30 seconds. And then
my God.
I snapped back into it. And then I finished okay, but definitely not like a set where she would go, we would love to have you here at the
It was borderline.
Comedy Cellar.
Borderline.
Yeah, it was borderline at best.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
no.
I felt so bad because I was like, Tom went out of his way to recommend me. And I was like, I hope I didn't soil the good name of Tom Pop at the Comedy Cellar.
It's a tough place to get past at.
It's
very difficult. Everything has to line up and go right.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people who don't get past and eventually, of course, do.
Right.
And she ends up with no memory of not passing you. It's just like you've always worked here and I always knew it kind of a thing.
That's great.
So it will happen.
Yeah.
But to make you feel better, there are, and this is maybe it's a me problem. You're number 3 of 3 people who I work with and really highly recommended and did not get passed.
Okay. Well, at least I'm not the only one.
No.
That makes me feel
I don't think
a
I've
little
put someone up in recent times who's gotten passed.
Okay.
I think it's gotten a little trickier.
All right.
She's tough.
I also didn't do myself any favor. It wasn't one of those where like, that's the best I could do and you still didn't. It wasn't one of those. I was like, I get it.
Right.
Oh,
man. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. I had to bring it up.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I got to apologize for this.
Well, that's all right. It does make me feel better about the rabbit thing. Just a little bit. You're from Hungary.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you born there?
Born in Budapest, and then we moved when I was 4. So mostly raised in the States.
Right.
Yeah.
The only thing I know about Budapest is the end of a great Christmas movie called The Shop Around the Corner.
Oh, I never watched that.
It's with Jimmy Stewart.
Oh.
It was done before It's a Wonderful Life. And it's this really elegant, beautiful Ernst Lubitsch film. And it's in Budapest. The whole thing takes place in Budapest for some reason.
Wow.
And this is my only,
Your only
thing I know about Budapest. It's a delightful little place with little gift shops.
Yeah.
And it snows sometimes.
Yes, it does.
And at the end of the movie, the shopkeeper is talking to a young employee, and they have nowhere to go on Christmas night. And he's telling the little kid, Pepe, he's like, have you ever had a goose pudding? And he's like, no, I've never had goose. Oh, we're going to have you goose pudding with cranberries and caramel carrots. It will be delicious. Have you ever had schnitzel with whipped cream on top, fresh from the refrigerator? No, I've never had. Oh, wait till you see. Have you ever had goose? Have you ever had the most beautiful goose in your life? And he goes, no, we're going to have a time today. And they go walk off and have this great Christmas meal, which we never see.
Oh,
that's all I know about Budapest.
That was not my experience at all. I had a grandma that used to serve me spinach soup and radishes. That's what I remember.
Spinach soup?
Spinach soup, which I actually enjoyed. It was heavy cream, and then radishes, which I've always hated and still continue to hate. But goose, all that stuff you listed, I've never had.
I had a radish the other day that I wasn't happy about.
They're all bad.
Yeah, they're really
all
rough.
Bad. I guess I don't know if they try to pickle them sometimes, or maybe just over dressinged. But
I
they
read
make
this,
an attempt.
There was a book called Setting Free the Bears.
Yeah,
by John Irving. I'm really filled with facts today, and it was a guy who wanted to let the animals out of the zoo. Okay. And every day he would sit in a bench outside the zoo, and he would eat. He had a brown paper bag with radishes in it and a salt shaker. And he would take the salt shaker out, put it on the radish, and eat it. And that was the only time I was like, "A radish is good. Like that might be pretty good."
Yeah, it's like when you see like old hillbillies back on like Andy Griffith, they'd have a tomato and just salt.
You're like, have I been doing it wrong?
You're supposed to salt it. You're supposed to salt the hell out of it.
You just need so much salt on it that you have no taste buds left.
Oh my God.
What is, do you go back? Do you have family there?
All my family outside of my mom and my brother are over there.
Okay.
And I'm supposed to go back. I have not come back since I was in kindergarten.
Okay.
And I have a show there in April.
Whoa.
So, yeah, I get to go back. And I'm trying to get my mom to come. I'm like, I'm doing a show in Budapest. You have to come. And I had her. And then I lost her. And it wasn't my fault. I have a godfather. I come from like a lineage of kind of white trash. And
American white trash?
Hungarian white trash.
White trash.
Yeah. And they're lovely. I mean, I guess they're not lovely people, but some of them are. My godfather is a recovering or maybe still drug addict, alcoholic. And he has no teeth. And so my mother's like, you need teeth.
Right.
I called a local dentist. I set it up. I'm going to pay him.
Yeah.
And he said, thank you. And then like 2 days later, he's like, just send me the money. And my mom was so offended. She's like, I'm not coming to Hungary.
This is her brother?
My godfather. So I think it's her nephew.
Right.
And she's so upset about it. She's not coming. And I was like,
just because she doesn't want to face him?
Not just him, but a few of them. And I was like,
the whole thing is a sad scene for her.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, we could not. I was like, I don't even know how we sneak in because my show is going to be heavily advertised.
Yeah.
I'm going to be posting about it a lot to try to fill up whatever the venue is.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, she might not be coming, which is a bummer.
Oh, that is. Yeah. So you haven't been since kindergarten?
No.
Wow.
No.
So do you still see it vividly in your mind?
I have a very distinct memory, and it's when communism ended in Budapest. All of my family, and not just everybody, we were out on the streets and we were watching the Russians move their military vehicles out.
Whoa.
And I remember that, and I told my mom years later, and she's like, I can't believe you remember that. You were 2.
Yeah.
That was in '89.
But so dramatic.
It was dramatic. We were all on the streets, and I'm like, what the heck are we doing out of here?
And they had occupied it, and we're just all going home.
It was communism ending. The Russians were moving out.
Wow.
And that's the earliest memory I have. of Hungary. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, dumb question.
Yes.
Where is Hungary?
Center. It's Eastern Europe, kind of in the middle. So it's next to Romania.
Romania. So Ukraine's to the west.
West and north.
And north.
I believe.
Okay.
Poland is north, and I'm gonna say west.
Okay.
Oh. But yeah, it's kind of in the center next
Got
to
it.
Romania. A couple countries maybe away from Turkey.
So
It's
from
mostly
my idyllic film watching of
Yes.
Little Budapest, that would have been before all of the lockdown with communism and stuff. So that's why
Yes.
it probably looks so picturesque.
Yeah, and a lot of the architecture, from what I've seen through Bourdain and just travel channels, all of it's still there.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to go see it all.
Yeah.
It looks really cool.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I have an aunt who does a lot of traveling and goes to places that aren't the Barcelonas of the world, the uber popular places. And a lot of it is in Eastern Europe and with the former Soviet Union and stuff. And she says these places are so beautiful.
Yeah.
And they're not, and nobody knows about them.
I mean, tourism is very popular right now, but there's still these countries that just don't.
Yeah.
Other countries get swamped with them to the point where the locals are like water gunning them. Have you seen them like shooting water?
In Spain, they're just spraying people from America down.
Hey, maybe we need it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, maybe Hungary's not one that's been overpopulated by tourism. Or at least I haven't heard about that.
Yeah. I would like to go. Any place that has borscht and schnitzel and that kind of stuff, it sounds like a good place to visit.
Cuisine is my main reason for any type of travel.
Do you identify as Hungarian?
Yeah. I think that's
you
most.
carry it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's most of my lineage. My father's side, they're Hungarian gypsies. So like, they're gypsies are a mixture of everybody.
Right.
So I've never done a 23andMe, but I'm sure it's just a mess of.
What does that mean, a Hungarian gypsy? Like, what would that really? That means they're on the move.
They're always on the move, and they're supposed to be a nomadic group without a home,
Right.
Technically,
Right.
and yeah, growing up, I didn't even know that was like a negative thing.
Yeah.
Like my mom always told me with like an upward inflection, "You're half gypsy, isn't that cool?"
Right. Yeah.
And then I remember I told a teacher, and I saw her face.
she's like, don't use that word.
And I came home and I told my mom. She goes, "Yeah, not a lot of people like the gypsy." But and I was like, "Why would you tell me in such like a positive?" She wanted me to feel positive about it. But yeah.
Do I have to put my little symbols away? My little thumb clippy clappies? Do I have to stop pickpocketing at school?
Why do I have an urge to caravan? I have an urge to caravan. Yeah. It's a lot of that.
Yeah. So, is his family still around?
My
The
father's
gypsy?
side.
Yeah, or
So
can we not find them?
Yeah, my parents split when I was a baby, so I never met my dad. I just
Oh, wow.
know of him through what my mom said. Musician,
Right.
comes from family of musicians, and that's
Right.
kind of his background.
Wow. Isn't it funny that, or odd that, like a musician, like you could say, traveling musician,
Yeah.
just following his destiny, living off the land, just as this artist.
Yeah.
It sounds so wonderful. Or he'd be like, he's a gypsy. That's all you have to say.
Tone,
Right?
tone matters.
Tone matters.
Tone matters.
Yeah,
a lot.
you either just described your father as Bob Dylan
or just
or a crazy carny folk.
Exactly, and he could be both. It is weird how you end up following in your parents' footsteps, even if you don't know them.
Weird.
Because I remember I was working cruise ships years ago, and then my mom was like, "That's where your dad played music. He
Yeah.
was part of the orchestra on the cruise ship." And I go, "Really? What are the
Really?
odds that we're both on this ship entertaining people we probably hate?"
Yeah.
And, like, what an odd connection to this man I haven't met.
Is he still alive?
As far as I know, yeah. Like I have like no connection with him.
Have you ever thought about finding him?
That's the weird thing. I don't like have the gumption to try.
Right.
And I think it's because I didn't meet him. Like
Did
if
you
he
grow
would
up with a stepfather?
not real, kinda, not really.
Uh-huh.
Like my younger brother has a dad, Carlos, who's been in my life now that I think about it for 30 years. And he and I are cool, but
Yeah.
like we weren't super close.
It wasn't like a dad bond.
Yeah. It wasn't like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So in the absence of that, though, you didn't have a desire to go try and find out this other dude.
No. My wife is blown away by this. She's like, "You're not interested? Like you don't have an inkling? What's
Yeah.
wrong with you?" And
Oh,
I'm
I think
like, "I don't know.
yeah.
I don't it's cuz I never met him."
Yeah.
And maybe if I knew him until I was 5 or 6, I'd be like, "Where is this guy?"
Right.
But
Yeah.
I don't have it.
And maybe it's also not to psychoanalyze, but if you were content and being
Yeah.
raised in a way that you didn't feel like a lack or an absence of something,
Right.
maybe there wasn't a thing like I got to go find this because mom's really blowing it.
Yeah. I was really happy with what she was always supportive of my dumb dreams.
Oh yeah,
You know, she was like, "Well, you have to go try.
right.
Most comics, when their parents found out that they were trying to get into comedy, were usually not too positive. I don't know if your parents were,
Yeah.
but my mom was like, "Yeah, I think you're funny. Go try."
You said dumb dreams. Was there another dream also?
I mean, she did pick on the other one, but the original dream was professional wrestling. And she's like, "That's
You would
dumb."
have to be the most open-minded, coolest mom in the world to be like, good for you.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, and not to cast dispersions, but you're not 6'8", 350.
I thought like, you know, when you're a kid, you're like, well, growth spurts happen later. Sometimes you grow later. And then I didn't really take a good look at my mom and the fact that she's 4'9" and just the tiniest skosh of a person. I'm like, well, maybe my dad was really tall. Turns out that wasn't the case. Yeah. But yeah, I grew up in the trailer park and those guys are like idols.
Yeah.
That's who you look up to.
Right.
You're like, oh, The Rock. Wouldn't that be awesome if I was
Right.
The Rock?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Why is it that? Why is it that it's the trailer park level of society that has that aspiration that wrestling touches?
I think pro wrestling is kind of poor man's theater.
Mm-hmm.
And so just like theater captures other people's attention, poor man's theater wrestling catches the trailer park's attention. You're like, oh, I'd like to be the actor in this drama.
Right.
How cool would that be?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I mean, for the same reason stand-up captured my attention watching Comedy Central Presents growing up.
Yeah.
And watching David Tell's Insomniac. Like,
Right.
he gets to travel the country at these clubs and then go out at night and see what's going on. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a life.
Yeah, amazing. And so what time? If this hurts,
No.
tell me.
No.
But when did the professional wrestling dream die?
It died fully. That's actually what helped me get into stand-up.
It'd be funny if you just said it hasn't. Why did you say that?
It hasn't. And
What do you
it's
think
still
I'm
an
here
itch.
to promote?
I'm here to challenge Jake Paul to something. No, it was. I was 19. I was getting ready to go to wrestling school.
For real?
Yeah, I was like saving my money, but I had a bad shoulder. I have like an arm that's longer than the other. I'm a real freak. And I was going to go get surgery done. And I was going to be in a cast or a sling for like 6 weeks. I'm like, well, I have to do something while I recuperate. So before surgery, I went to my first open mic. And I fell in love with it. I kept going. And then I ended up booking a show that would have landed near my surgery date. And I was like, I actually booked, and it wasn't, it was a little bar show or something.
Sure.
But it meant the world to me.
Yeah.
And so I canceled my surgery, never gotten my shoulder fixed. And then the dream just pivoted to stand up. And then we went after stand up.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. So you were that close.
I was close to going to wrestling school.
Yeah, but that would have been an investment that would have,
Yeah.
in success or failure, you're going to go in that direction for a while.
Yes, at least for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I was blessed with a bad shoulder.
Yeah.
And just ever, I don't know if you ever look at your life and go, there must be something up there that's at least nudging me and closing doors but leaving others open.
Yeah.
And just kind of going, that way, dummy.
Yeah.
Go that way.
Yeah. We know professional wrestling is kind of funny.
Yes.
But this is even funnier.
This is funnier, and you're not an athlete, so you can just talk.
Were you not an athlete? Or,
No,
so where you, I mean, for you to be able to go to be like checking out the website for this wrestling school, you've got to be physically somewhat.
You would think.
Not at all?
I mean, I was trying. I was like going to the gym all the time. I had those protein shakes. I went and bought these giant amino acid pills. I would choke those down every morning. Creatine that gave me awful gas, and I'd just be farting at work. And I'm like, it's the creatine. And
were you getting bigger?
I was getting bigger. It wasn't like noticed. It was if you grade on a curve and you looked at my body and no one else's, before and after, you're like, oh, you look better than you did. But compared to actual wrestlers, you look nothing like these individuals. You just look like you're like a average fit guy at a warehouse.
Did you have in your mind a character, like what your angle would have been?
Oddly enough, I didn't. I think I just thought I was going to be this guy Shawn Michaels, who's this like sex symbol, and I'm like, well, that's obviously who I'm going to be, even though I've never been that in my entire life. But things will switch once the tights get on, And I think that's as far as I thought about it.
Right.
It's weird, these like obsessions I've gotten into, and then they just don't go away. Like I've always been one of those people that I don't outgrow things. So whether the wrestling dream, the only reason I stopped is because comedy took over that obsession. But the comedy obsession has been there since I was a kid too, and you just don't outgrow it. I like this.
You were just kind of dialed in on it kind of fit.
Yeah.
Do you have another obsession that's not career-wise that you haven't let go?
I mean, I still like the same music that I did I'm still a huge Metallica fan. I think they're the best band that's ever been a band. And and I'm loyal too. Like when people jump off a bandwagon, like, oh, wrestling's lame now, or Metallica, maybe their early stuff. I'm like, you're not a real fan.
Yeah. It's good. I like that.
You're sitting through the rough albums if you're a real fan.
Right, exactly.
And so like there's like a sense of loyalty to my fandom.
Yeah.
that I wish more people had.
I know. I was just talking about this. It's if somebody's created something great, I'm with you. That's it. I'll watch everything that you've got. Anything else you'll give me, I'll show up for.
I see it in stand-up so much.
Yeah.
Where you name any giant comedian and they're like, yeah, I liked maybe these early specials, but everything from here on, not so much. And it's like, you realize you're comparing this comedian that you think highly of against themselves. You're not even comparing them against other comedians. You're comparing them against their previous work.
Yeah.
So it's this weird... I don't know. I just feel like it's like a level of disloyalty. Like you loved this person.
It is disloyalty. Yeah. Because there's definitely people that are just in for the long haul, and they're just whether. I remember seeing Bono talk about that in the Pavarotti documentary, and he was upset that people later in Pavarotti's career were saying, "Well, his voice isn't the same. It's crackles now." He's like. He's 65 now. And how beautiful is that you hear that guy who you love now have those defects and those things and the age and all the stuff that comes with it. I mean, how beautiful is that to see that version of him?
It's incredible that people think vulnerability is a negative.
Yeah.
He's showing that this monster voice has growth to it, and he's still out there. I don't know. There's something admirable, I think, about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I did I hosted. For some reason, they had comedians host Woodstock '99.
You did that?
Was that the one where everyone went crazy?
Yes.
99.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know where the call came from. I started comedy in '93, so in Woodstock '99, I was standing on the stage in front of 100,000 people,
doing stand-up,
bringing up Wyclef Jean.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did not know.
When Kid Rock came out,
Yes.
that was like the big moment.
Kid Rock was huge for me. He represented the trailer park.
Yeah.
He's the one person I haven't been loyal to.
That's on him.
Yeah, that's on him. But that's crazy.
When he comes out, that was like the moment. Everyone knew that this was going to be, of everybody that day, that he was going to be the guy that exploded.
Yeah.
And he did, and he met the moment, and it was so gigantic because his album had just come out like a couple of months before, and then he, 100,000 people, Woodstock 99. Anyway, if you go on YouTube and you watch his entrance, he comes out with the fur coat and the cane
no
and all
abs.
that.
And
just
flappy, and I'm like, this guy's awesome. Yeah.
And slow it down in the very beginning, and you'll see a young Tom Papa in a Bob Marley T-shirt standing at the curtain opening.
Wow.
And yeah, that was my big moment to be
That's
on stage when he
incredible.
did it. Yeah. And now a word from our sponsors. This podcast is sponsored by the good people at The Perfect Jean. Okay, everyone's got jeans. I literally just did this. I went through my closet and I was like, I have probably 8 pairs of jeans. Why am I suddenly not feeling like I have any jeans? And I literally, it's a pain in the ass, but you start putting them on and you try them on and you're like, oh, these are super skinny and my love handles are hanging over the side and skinny jeans aren't popular anymore. And these are button fly and annoying and they never really close, so I walk around with half of my fly down all the time. There was literally something wrong. And then other ones that just get old, used to be jeans like would wear and then you'd be cooler. Now they kind of like fade and they become like sweatpants material. There's a reason why all of your jeans stink, is what I'm trying to say, until our good people at The Perfect Jean. They've redefined what jeans can be. No more saggy, awful, stretchy, disgusting denim. They're made with really good denim that fights for you every step of the way. These jeans move with you, whether you're chasing kids, tackling chores, or just chilling like a boss. Over 400,000 old, young, big, and small men agree. Over 30,000 men have rated Perfect Jean 5 stars because you should never have to sacrifice comfort or style. Truth be told, they sent us 1 pair of jeans. It did not fit. We adjusted everything, sent it back. They sent back. We got the perfect fit for these perfect jeans, and it really feels like you're wearing denim like you used to get in the old days, but now you have a hard time kind of finding them. They've got the perfect lineup to keep you looking sharp and staying cool, including buttery soft tees that make your arms and chest pop, but still hide the post-beer garden belly. Comfort shorts. They've got a lot of different stuff. You guys should go pay attention, go scroll through The Perfect Jean. For a limited time, our listeners get 15% off their first order plus free shipping at theperfectjean.nyc or Google The Perfect Jean and use the code PAPA15, PAPA 15 for 15% off. That's 15% off for new customers at theperfectjean.nyc with the promo code PAPA15. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Get the perfect jean. It's really true. When you go buy nice jeans and you pay too much, you have to get them tailored. You have to go and get them all because they have this giant long, it's annoying. Finally, jeans without the annoyance. The Perfect Jean. Go check them out. Today's podcast is brought to you by Nambe.com. Nambe, the makers of this and the makers of this. This is all stuff that Nambe and Tom Papa designed. It's a new line of bread tools. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it a lot. And we designed these beautiful, beautiful bread tools, baking tools. You don't have to bake bread. It could be for anything. Here's my secret recipe. And they're fantastic. And they're beautiful. And people love them. And you will love them too. It's also brought to you by the good people at tompapa.com. My whole tour, the 2026 tour, is on sale. We're going everywhere. We're going to Florida. We're going to California. We're going to Minneapolis. We're going to South Carolina. We're going to
Portland, Maine, a whole bunch of things. I mean, I can't even think about it right now because I've been on a plane for the last 10 days. But go to tompapa.com and look up all that good stuff, and I'll see you out there in 2026.
So I'm on stage just as me, Rich Voss, and somebody else. It was mainly me and Rich Voss, and working both stages and doing all this stuff. It was just a blast. We had no reason to be there. I was like, James Brown came out and started the whole thing, and I'm standing next to James Brown. I've been doing comedy for 6 years.
That's insane.
And there was no comedy to be had. It was just go out there, introduce someone, and try not to get hit by shoes and bottles. That was it. But so you got to be on the stage, Rage Against the Machine, all these other things are like right there. When Metallica showed up to close, I think the first or second night, it was a whole different thing. Metallica's crew came, their tour managers and crew, and it was, if you're not part of Metallica, get off the fucking stage.
Nice.
And they cleared all of us out.
Yeah.
And it was a military operation, and Metallica came in with their people, locked down the stage, got their stuff ready, and just crushed and destroyed. But it was like,
cool.
Oh, the grown-ups are here.
Yes, yes, yeah. That's enough of this.
Yeah.
Here comes
enough
Metallica.
of you guys thinking you're in rock and roll.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, your Comedy Central Presents was in that library of the ones that I grew up on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you had one in that era, if I'm not mistaken. I still remember one of the jokes that you did that really stuck with me.
Oh, yeah?
Where, like, I'm going to butcher it, but it's about being young, and when you're young, you have, like, one pose that you'll do in every photo.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so everything from, like, 19 to 25 is just you coming into a doorway, and just, like, it was, like, kind of a swoop.
Yeah.
And I think that resonated with me because I'm like, I think I'm doing that. when I was like 13 or 14, I'm like, I think I do that in photos. It's funny, those like jokes that really stick with you
So weird.
all through the years, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, you can't let them go.
Yeah.
It is really strange.
Yeah. That's wow.
Yeah, the accuracy of it for some reason just hits you at the right time. And it just lingers.
That's my favorite thing of comedy, is just finding those little bits that aren't obvious, but it's something everybody does, and somehow everyone just relates to that little thing you notice.
I love those ones because it's also like, how did so many people have been doing stand-up and looking for ideas.
Yes.
How did everybody miss it but this guy? How did they get, or she get that thing that it was right there. Yeah. It was right there. It is pretty amazing.
It's true. Yeah.
How long have you been doing stand-up in total now?
19 years. Yeah, next year will be the big, I started in 06. So yeah, 19.
Nice. And you started where?
In San Diego.
In San Diego.
Yeah, there was a comedy store in La Jolla wasn't my first set. There's a guy that opened a comedy club in a garage.
Right.
Because he had a beef with the comedy store, and he gave everyone 6 minutes at the open mic instead of 3. And so I went over there a lot for the extra stage time, and I still went to the comedy store. But those two places, that's where I got my start. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And where did you tape this special, London Fog?
In Seattle, at the Neptune Theater.
Oh, it's the best.
It was my first time there.
Oh, really?
And it was absolutely beautiful. And it was it's right across from the hotel. I used to work the Club Laughs in the U District, and they always put me at the Graduate Hotel, and I always used to stare at the Neptune, which was across the street at the coffee shop. I'm like, man, it'd be cool to perform in that place one day.
Yeah.
And then I got to film my special in there, and it was exciting. It was one of those nights where I'm like, I'm going to remember this one for a while.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I was putting together a special, and we were considering the Neptune for some reason, and it didn't work out, but it was still on the tour. And I came in to perform there, and it was going to be another month before I did the special. And when I was on the stage, I was like, oh, this is a good place. It's the bounce, the dynamics of that room were so perfect.
It doesn't feel big. Like, it's not a huge theater.
It plays big, though. It looks big.
But it felt intimate enough for me.
Yeah.
'Cause I was scared to film something in a place that was, you want to film where you perform. kind of thing. Like if I'm used to comedy clubs, I don't want to film in a theater because then I'm like, what if that feels weird and it's all gonna look weird?
Yeah.
But it didn't feel big, which was nice.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are filming specials in that venue.
I know.
Like I looked at the calendar and I was like one of 4 or 5 comics in the coming months that were filming in that venue. Yeah.
I was at the Wilbur in Boston.
I saw that
last week.
Yeah.
And I was backstage and I was like telling somebody, I shot not the last special, the one before I shot it here. And I was thinking, I did one and Norm Macdonald did one here too. And a couple other people. And then the tour manager came in and goes, they were just telling me there's been 40 specials shot here. Well, I'm not special. I'll tell you what's not special. Me doing a special here, I guess. I thought it was me and Norm. 40.
You could probably tell on the staff's faces. Yeah, another camera crew.
Special. Yeah. This is going to be the one.
Is there a city that you prefer shooting? Has there been a city that you've shot multiple specials in because you feel like the audience just is really with you and it's a good place for you to film?
No, I did 2 in New York.
Okay, yeah, New York's
but that doesn't really count.
Yeah,
it's like city. New York's its thing, right?
Yeah.
And then New Jersey, and then Cleveland, and then DC.
Yeah, DC is a popular one.
Yeah,
they always have good comedy crowds.
I know, they're really good.
Yeah, that's actually how I feel about Seattle. Seattle always. And Portland, that whole Pacific Northwest, I think it's the seasonal depression out there.
For real.
It just makes great comedy audiences.
Yeah. You need the weather to be just bad enough where there's a cynicism about life.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Because you can go across the upper part of the country and you can go San Francisco, Portland, Minneapolis, Chicago.
And they're all just bangers.
I guess we're skipping Buffalo. And then get to Boston, but that's to your journey. It's not easy to do comedy in San Diego all the time.
No,
those people, they have a good life.
They have a really good life, and I guess this is a positive. There's a lot of different types of people because it's a transplant city because of the military.
Right.
So. One positive to it is you could try a joke at a club and in front of the right crowd, you're like, oh, I think this joke would work in the Midwest because this has a Midwesty kind of group to it, like vibe to it. And then you go to another club where it's maybe more city people and you're like, oh, this joke would work well in like a New York, LA type place. And you actually got a little sense of the whole country just in different parts of San Diego, depending on who comes.
Oh, that's interesting.
But yeah, you are right. There is just a sense of overall happiness.
Yeah.
And so if someone comes in just trashing everything, eventually someone's going to be like, hey, things aren't that bad. Come on, guy.
Yeah. Dude, go to the beach.
We're all in flip-flops.
Yeah.
Right now.
You come in from New York and you're like, my apartment. Oh. Well, move. Yeah, I always feel in those places when it's really nice, especially in the right time of year, that everybody has had a pretty great day, and they've got they're tired from the sun and their daiquiris and their sex with their partner, and now we're capping it off with a comedy show. We don't need your angst.
They don't need. That's why summer is the rough time of year for comedy. Yeah, because everyone's had. Normally a great day.
Right.
And then they're just like, why are we listening to this guy?
Yeah, right, exactly.
We have more drinks outside.
Why am I coming into the dark?
Yeah.
To listen to this guy trying to make his rent.
Yeah, yeah, there's a little
But
of
it
that.
is true. There is that thing of you have to be in a place you have to live in a place almost to know it or visit it with such frequency. Like, because San Diego still is a little unknowable to me.
Yeah.
Or unknown to me.
Especially in comedy because Big Brother, LA is up there, getting all the attention. But yeah, getting started in San Diego is a little hard. Just doing road things, like guys that get started on the East Coast, you can drive to so many cities.
Yeah,
and when you get started working on the road in San Diego, it's Phoenix, Tucson, and Vegas, and all those are 5-6 hour drives.
Right,
and that's the only place you can get paid.
Yeah,
so yeah, your radius of where you can go
Mm-hmm.
is you have to cast a wide net and be willing to lose money to try to work the road.
Yeah. You have a huge tour coming up.
Oh yeah,
The almost, what's it?
I called it the worldwide-ish tour.
The worldwide-ish tour.
It's because I get to do UK, some spots in the UK, which is awesome, and some spots in Europe.
Oh, nice.
It's not quite worldwide because there's many places we're not going to. One day Australia.
I think if you're bringing out your passport, you
Yeah.
could say worldwide.
Yeah, they have to apply me for a visa, for God's sake.
Oh,
Yeah, for one of the countries, I think.
Really?
Yeah, like some kind of work visa.
So where else? Hungary?
Hungary, Berlin,
Ooh.
Amsterdam, Paris. Maybe we were talking about adding Copenhagen, but I don't think we ended up adding Copenhagen.
Are they on sale yet?
Yeah.
What's the best selling of all of them?
London sold really well. We
Yeah.
added a show in London.
Were you performing there?
The Leicester Square Theater.
Oh, yeah, I did
I don't
that
know if
once.
I'm-
It's the only
yeah.
place I did there.
Was it nice?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's in like that main really busy Times Square-y area.
That's what they were telling me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's so funny, isn't it? Like you have these ideas of what a place is when you're
Yeah.
looking at the website and the map and all the rest of it, and you get there and it's like, oh, it's the same as
All the others.
the club in my hometown.
Yes. Do you know?
But
do
it
you,
is a cool spot.
Do you notice a difference between like when you perform in the UK, pacing, timing? Does anything have to adjust?
Very little.
That's great.
Yeah, for there.
That's great.
You know,
That's good
there's
to know.
yeah. I mean, there's it's really the material definitely translates. It's the timing.
Yeah.
Sometimes just a little bit slower can kind of
Yeah.
help us all get used to how this guy just talking.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're also used to drier comics out there.
Yeah.
Like, quick, dry,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I'm not any of that.
Yeah,
I'm not slow, but I'm also a
Yeah.
lot of personality. I don't know. I
Yeah.
get into my head a lot before I go. I remember the first time I did Calgary. I'm like,
they're
are
not
they
gonna get me.
They're not gonna get me. And then the show's ended up being all
Knowing
right.
nothing about Calgary, but but of course they're gonna hate me.
They're gonna hate it. And
I
then-
don't know them. I've never met anyone from there. I don't know how other people have done, but there's no way that they're gonna like me.
That's what I tell myself. And then after the first show, I'm like, oh, that went better than I thought.
Yeah. F you, Calgary.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
It is pretty interesting that the reach, but I haven't been able to kind of. I don't know. I think if I was single and had more time, Europe would make more. There seems to be
Right.
like really big and kind of small. And
Yes.
so really small means fun shows, great people, no money.
Yeah, so this is not a financial. This is
Yeah.
more like there's even 100 people that would come see me in Amsterdam.
which is amazing.
I'll go do that. And then
Yeah.
I'm counting it. I'm bringing my wife. I'm counting it as a vacation.
Right.
So it's a write-off.
And that's what I kind of hear is like you
yeah.
do it, go through the first time, and then the next time you come through, maybe you bump up a little bit more and do it. But isn't that remarkable?
It's
That-
awesome.
That this
incredible.
young professional wrestler from San Diego will have 100 people in Amsterdam waiting for you.
It's incredible. it's a dream.
If we can go back to that, if I were you and I would be developing my thing and I had one arm longer than the other, how are you not the Claw?
Coming in
There's
like
things that you can't even control it. You're just there for the interview, but he's ready to go.
what if this is the conversation that gets me to ditch comedy and go back into the world of wrestling?
Like you said, the universe opens and closes doors for you.
Yeah. Boy, would my representation be sad. like, no more comedy?
What
No,
are you
no,
doing
no.
now?
Yeah, wrestling.
What are you doing? That's ridiculous. You have children?
No
children.
No kids. We think my wife's younger than me. I'm 38. She's 34. And so we go back and forth on it.
Right.
And our parents ask. They're
Sure,
like, so
repeatedly.
are we? Yes. Yeah, repeatedly, subtly. What are we doing here? Kind of thing.
Here come the holidays.
Yeah. And you're like, you got a tree for what? There's no kids here. You know? Like those kind of questions.
Do you really need a gym?
Yeah.
How about a crib in that room?
I did notice that when my in-laws came to visit. My wife's Persian. And so they speak mostly Farsi. They speak English, but they're very fluent in Farsi, obviously.
Yeah.
And we were gonna give them a tour of our place, and they saw that the second bedroom is a podcast studio. They saw that the garage was a gym, and I could tell they didn't say it, but they were like, "What are they doing here?" Like,
They are selfish people. How do you say selfish in Farsi?
I think I might have heard it. If I could only track down the word, I think I definitely heard it that weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the days where you think you might do it,
Yeah.
where's your head at?
I think the fear, I'll go to that, because it seems nice. Anytime I see people with kids during the nice times, I'm like, that's really good.
Right.
It's when I watch a guy handle stress well, like a dad fumbling with the car seat, loading a plane, kids everywhere, sweat coming down his brow, and his kid asks him something and he goes, "Yes, sweetie." I go, "That's not me." That's not how I would handle that. And that part scares me.
Why? What would your response be?
Something bad. Like,
Stop talking to me.
Yeah, shut up. I'm wrestling the stroller. Can't you see? And
you want to do the stroller?
Yeah.
You want to do the stroller?
And I don't.
You fold it up, and I'll answer you about snacks.
I watch people be good parents,
Yeah.
good modern parents that keep their cool and handle things so well. And I'm like, if I felt like I could be like that at least 80% of the time,
Yeah.
then I'd be like, let's go for it.
Right.
But thankfully, my wife's on the same page I am. I say we're like 70% not having kid, 30%. And then that 30 is like slowly growing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we're on the same page with it.
Right. Yeah. It's a big one. It's
Yeah.
a big question.
Well, how old were you when you had your first kid?
I was in my 30s.
So you had already on the road comedy full time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I started in 93
Yeah.
and wasn't really working until like 98.
Man, that's fast. That's really good.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
And that's when we got together and we had our first daughter in 2002.
Oh, okay.
So 98 to 2002, I was touring and starting to do stuff.
That's great.
And then it just kind of got folded into that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like money-wise, it feels okay. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if we were...
You're a big hit.
Yeah, I mean, if we had a kid, I'd be like, I think we can afford this. So this
Yeah.
is okay.
Mm-hmm. Which is very... which is not where a lot of people are when they have their first kid.
Exactly. And that, I mean, I wasn't raised that way.
Right.
Everything was secondhand and what the hell's going on? But
Yeah. I love that just as a plan, just as family planning of just what the hell is going on, and no one has an answer.
No one has an answer. My mom told me that for a while when we moved here, we didn't have a bank account, so she kept all the cash under the mattress that we slept on.
Wow.
And I was like, I didn't know that. She goes, yeah, why would I tell you? You were 6. I'm not gonna tell you were sleeping on cash. But it definitely felt like we were sleeping on cash. Like it felt like things weren't steady. Yeah. Like
right.
we were always on the move.
There wasn't always a lot of cash under there.
No.
She wasn't lying all the time. A lot of times it was just a bed.
Yeah, that should be the name of a credit union. It's just a bad credit union.
Yeah, so financially you'd be there.
Yeah, I think that would be fine. I guess it's just my generation. I feel like it's a millennial issue. We're just naturally we're immature. We're like I read this is a bit I'm doing on stage, but I found out that I was middle-aged through a news article. After I placed a bid on eBay for an action figure from my childhood, I saw a news article headline that said millennials are handling midlife crises differently than previous generations. And then that's how I found out I was middle-aged. And then I was like, how do you mean? And then I went back to eBay and I'm like, oh, I'm buying an action figure from my childhood. This is my midlife crisis. This is our sports car. This is our leather jacket. This is our hair dye. And it's kind of like our ideal age is like 9.
Really?
Like my not everyone in my generation, but this article was saying a lot of people in my age group are heavily set in the 90s and when we were kids and everything felt good. And you're like, that's why a lot of us can't grow up. That's why you see a lot of 40-year-old men with X-Men t-shirts. Like, we're stuck in that.
You're not
90s.
wrong.
Right. It's an accurate article.
As a nation, that was the last time things felt okay.
That's a deeper.
The 90s were very different.
Yeah.
It was had its, aggravations or whatever, but it wasn't an existential thing. For when they're not wrong. When you add up 9/11, start it with 9/11, and then you go from that through all the stuff that we've gone through, and global warming stress really hits, and the banks crashing.
Yeah, and then social media.
And social media drumming all that into your head all the time.
Well, that actually
and then
does make
COVID,
sense.
which was much bigger than we're all acting like. It rocked us. It was the whole world saying, "Are we dying?"
Yeah,
is a very profound thing that we don't really talk about because everyone just wanted to get past it.
Yeah,
craving 1995 X-Men times.
Kind of badass.
Get it.
Jordan was king. The world made sense.
Yeah. It's a big, comfy blanket with some chamomile tea. Not wrong.
I like, my wife asked me, because she's not a big fan of watching movies and TV shows over again. And I love it. I love watching movies that I've already seen. And she goes, what do you love about it? You've already seen it. And I said, I like knowing what's coming.
Yeah.
There's something comforting in knowing what the next line is going to be, the next scene is going to be. The rest of the day, I don't know what's coming, and it's kind of scary. But knowing that John Candy is going to say this next line in this next scene makes me feel good.
Right. And as opposed to watching some new movie where you're like, oh, geez, what's going to happen? Don't go up there. Don't go up there. Oh, what was that Irish movie that was really popular a couple years ago? Banshees of Inisherin? It was not Colin. It was an actress, redhead, very sweet. I don't know. This is a dad moment.
Yeah.
But it was this very sweet Irish film, and some of her friends have gone to the US and she doesn't know if she wants to go to the US, and she's in love with someone and he's going to come back, and it's her in that little Irish town trying to figure out life. And the whole time, my wife and I were just gripping the couch, like, wow, a guy walks into the scene, you're like, oh, here we go. Here we go. This is when it's gonna, oh God, here we go. Nothing ever happened. There was nothing bad ever happened. And we were so shocked that we're so programmed for just death to walk into the room or the threat of it, that where are we? Where we think that the worst is going to happen.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
That's most movies. It's most people's like energies towards a day. It's like, oh God. That's why no one answers. No one answers the phone. The phone rings. You're like, I don't even want to know what that is. Don't answer that.
It's not going to be good.
That's never good. Yeah.
No one's just calling to say, hey.
No. Hey, we have a problem. That's normally what it is. Yeah, it's a real
Zoltan. Is this you? Do you live at? Oh shit! Why do you want to know?
I do live here.
Yeah, but let's play devil's advocate.
Okay.
With the big decisions of life.
Yes.
Okay, 1990 was this kind of sweet spot of like, especially in this country, of feeling like we're untouchable from the big tragedies that the rest of the world has. You roll back in time, bring up the World War II, the Depression,
right?
World War I, the Civil War, all talking locally, and then where you came from,
yes.
Insanely crazy. A lot scarier.
Way worse.
No social media telling you the ins and outs of why it's really scary on a daily basis. What do you think is different? Like they were popping babies out like crazy back then.
Yeah. My grandparents lived through 2 world wars, and they still had a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Was it out of necessity back then?
Or
It's
you
not like
just-
they had a farm,
Yeah.
but they still did.
It wasn't really a choice.
Yeah.
People weren't sitting around going, should we or shouldn't we?
You know what else I will say? And
I'll tell you what, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh,
but
no, go ahead.
They didn't have a gym in their garage.
That's very true. Also,
sorry.
I was gonna say 2 things. One, we were the first generation, I think, that they really hammered safe sex into our heads as kids. Starting from 5th
AIDS.
grade, AIDS, sexually transmitted diseases, pregnancy, safe sex, abstinence from 5th grade through graduation. So like accidents are happening less. On top of that, we had parents that were oddly honest with us about how much we've set their lives back. I could have a potentially better life without kids, and you eliminate the likelihood of, oops, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
You end up being 38 with no kids, and you're buying an action figure on eBay going, should I, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
It's I think a lot of those things, they took whoopsies out of there.
That's interesting.
I think they might have made a mistake on that.
Yeah.
At
It might have been worth a little AIDS.
Yeah.
They
Imagine
can treat it now, right?
yeah. People seem to be doing better with it.
It's a global thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I was reading about how they were trying to come up with ways to get people to have more babies.
Yeah.
As which is kind of that's another question I haven't answered in my own head. They keep saying that you need more. Like it seems like we're kind of at max. Like we're eating up all the resources and gobbling up all the money, and I can't park at Trader Joe's.
Right.
It seems like we're good on people, but they say that if you don't keep increasing, that it doesn't sustain. Which I don't know that. I don't know that math.
The economy, meaning
Like it's the economy that it
wouldn't
starts to
sustain.
shrink and people start to suffer more than they are now with us gobbling up all the resources.
And then the polar bear comes back. I don't know. Like there are benefits to us being less of us.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah, I don't see. I can see billionaires being upset about like lineage wise. Like, how are we going to continue making this much money if we have less people to sell stuff
Well, if
to?
I'm being perfectly honest, I think this theory came from Elon Musk.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I think that now that you're saying
He's always
it,
talking about that.
Yeah, I think.
And he's trying hard. He has like 8,000 kids.
He's doing his part.
Yeah, he's trying.
He's doing his part for sure.
He's like, I'll sell to my own family. I don't care. Whatever it takes.
But it is a global thing, and to think of it as a global thing of varying degrees of comfort and privilege, for it to be kind of universal that people are having fewer children. I hate to always go back to social media, but if we're all looking on TikTok as young people and seeing like, why would you bring a baby into all of this?
Right.
That could be the most successful ad campaign going on right now. Because it
It's
really
true.
is. Yeah, even people that come from good families and whatever, they're all kind of faced with that end calculus of, you want to bring a kid into here? Because it seems like it's all ending.
And
Which it's not, but it's not. I mean, if you're sitting in World War II and you're in the
Feels that
subway
way.
in
Yeah.
the UK and bombs are raining over your head and you're still like, we're going to have another baby.
we need someone from the future to come back
And go,
and just go, hey,
guys,
it's going to keep going.
yeah,
It's going to get worse, but it's also going to keep going.
you're going to be all right.
You can have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. It'll be okay.
Well, to wrap up this point and make myself seem somewhat cool,
There you go.
we were going to have kids. My wife's was a comedian, and we weren't sure if we were going to do it or not. And then we decided, well, we don't want to. Our whole thing is experiencing life.
Mm-hmm.
As artists, you're just experiencing life, and Why would we pass on the big one?
Yeah.
This was kind of an intellectual way of us being like, we just love each other and let's make more of us.
Yeah.
But that's what we said at the time. It was
Yeah.
it was like, why would we pass on that, right? As
Right.
we're talking each other into it. And then 9/11 happened. Right as we were like
What a
getting
job.
ready to start trying.
Yeah.
And we had a pause of like, do we want to bring kids into this? And again, this is the intellectual reason for it, when it was probably our hormones, our DNA just going,
Right.
you're making more. Get your head, catch up, brain. But the thing we said out loud was, all right, this is pretty effed up. What just happened? What's going to happen to the world? Better make some more good guys.
Oh, yeah.
That was it.
That's a good, I like that.
Yeah, let's not give in to whatever heinous stuff we see on the horizon.
Right.
Let's add some more good people and see what they can do. And one of those people just cost me $800 for a rabbit.
That's a good person.
It is a good person.
She didn't charge it behind your back.
No, she called.
She called you.
She asked for permission.
That's a good person.
We do a thing on this program called an uncomfortable moment.
Okay.
Now, this is uncomfortable for a couple reasons. And yeah, I'm pretty right on why it's going to be uncomfortable. It's just, look, we're friends. I respect you as a comedian, and it's all good. But, we take a deep dive on this program. There's only 2 other people on the staff, so you can tell which one probably did it. And we find things and come up with things. And we asked the internet to come up with a tour for the 2 of us.
Oh.
It's uncomfortable because of what it named the tour. And it's even more uncomfortable by, well, I'm not sure this is you. It came back with Tom and his Hungarian friend.
Oh, my God.
World tour. And that's not you, right?
That is not me. Who is that guy?
I don't know. It's what the internet thinks you are.
Oh, I always think these AI images, you specifically, that's not me at all. You specifically is like the person you see when you dream about somebody and their face is off. You're like, I think I was talking to Tom Papa, but it wasn't Tom Papa.
Why does he have that neck?
Yeah. I mean, I love the tour idea. Tom and his Hungarian friend.
Tom and his Hungarian friend.
It's going to take up the entire marquee.
This is just in markets. This is in markets like, where I'm popular, like New Jersey.
Yeah. Oh, Cleveland, a lot of Hungarians.
Right.
That'll help.
Then it will be Zoltan and his Italian-American friend.
Yeah, then it'll
And we just flip-flop, which is actually not that uncomfortable.
No,
that could definitely work. And it's humbling for both of us. We just do 20 in the beginning, get to hang out, while the other guy's got to do all the lift.
I love it.
But we always split the money.
Yes.
50-50. But you're going to have to fight this guy who the internet thinks is Zoltan.
Oh, my. You just asked Chat GPT or whatever, and that's what they... Good God. I feel that... You know what that looks like? When I used to live here and I'd go on auditions, I'd be in a room of like
those guys.
10 of those guys, and I'd be like, even if I can read, I don't know if I'm getting this one. Well, that was uncomfortable.
Yeah, for all the... I told you. Yeah, for all the people that think putting yourself on tape is a lame way to audition, walk into a room full of...
I prefer it.
20 U's.
Oh,
Those were rough.
Those were rough, and now I just set up a camera in a hotel while cleaning ladies walk by and go, why is he yelling? Why is he yelling the same line 100 times?
Why is it when you're practicing your lines, you think everyone in the world can hear you? You could be in your car.
Yeah, I know.
And you're just like... Why'd you say that to me? Why'd you say that to me? Oh, that guy's looking at me. That guy hears me. No, he doesn't.
Oh, yeah. I did one where the opening line was, "Hey, Marky baby, how are you?" They definitely heard it.
Everyone heard it.
Everyone heard it.
Even when you didn't say, just walk to the store, they just read it on your face.
They're like, he's been yelling, "Hey, Marky baby."
He is desperate.
He wants
kid
this
is
role.
Desperate. Well, I'm glad you didn't get cast in a lot of stuff because your stand-up is great
Thank you.
and you're killing it.
I'm very happy with the stand up.
Yeah.
Anything else is purely extra, and I'll still take it. But,
take it, and it definitely helps to fuel the more people knowing you for your stand up.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully.
What was now remembering?
Yes,
because you, she didn't pass you at the Cellar, but then you were doing like a sold out show at a pretty big place in New York
at the
Gramercy. Like within the month or something.
Yeah, same month, because it was the New York Comedy Festival.
Right.
And that show went well.
It was sold out.
I wish you would have seen that.
It was sold out at the Gramercy. I'm like, I was like, really? Not you?
My career has always worked backwards. In the sense that I feel like anytime I've gotten something, it's always been 5 years later than I feel like I should have gotten that. And which I'm fine with. It just means I'm over prepared. I've never been under prepared for anything. Like I remember the first time I did a road gig, I had to open with 35 minutes, and I had 45, and it went really well. And the headliner was like, "Wow, you were funny the whole time," and I was like, "Thank you." And they're like, "Yeah, normally these guys only have 8 minutes, and then they bomb for the next 27 minutes." And I go, "Oh yeah, I would never agree to that unless I had the exact amount of time that I thought would do well."
I'd like to be prepared.
Yeah, I like to prepare a little. But yeah, it is funny how that works.
Yeah.
She said no, and she wasn't wrong based on the set she saw.
Yeah.
And then Gramercy was awesome.
Yeah, and it'll come around again. And like I say, then people are just, and it'll be like, oh, they don't even believe that you didn't pass the first time. Like you could be like, no, remember, and you didn't pass. No, I've always liked you.
You were passed before you moved here, or lived here. Yeah.
Yeah, but I always thought that too. It's like anytime they said no and you thought you were ready, I always equated it to a slingshot. And it's like, all right, I'm ready. And they're like, no, but further. And you're, all right. And by the time they let you release it, you're so much stronger than if they had said here.
Yeah.
It usually works out that way.
Especially now, I sometimes feel for comics that blow up really quick in the first couple of years because of, Instagram or something. Yeah. And I'm like, man, I'm really glad that didn't happen to me. Because I would have been so terrified. I wouldn't have been ready.
Yeah. It all happens for a reason.
Yeah. But then they're going to experience it in a different way, because I'm sure a bunch of comics back in the day, oh yeah, so-and-so got on the Tonight Show way earlier than everybody else, and they figured it out too.
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever been to Berlin?
No. We went to Germany. We went to Münster and Cologne. Yeah, we went over there. It was cool.
Nice. Yeah, my friend was just in Berlin. He loved it.
Everyone says Berlin's awesome.
Yeah.
Munich, I hear a lot of good things about.
Yeah.
All of that part of Europe has just this. The architecture's beautiful. The people are cold until you get to know them, and then they're like incredibly warm.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, it's like the doors open. It's like the cathedral doors open. You're like, oh, it's nice in here.
Yeah.
It was so mean outside. And it's cool to experience.
Americans have the opposite. We're really super friendly, inviting, and then we'll go cold.
Yeah. And then they bring you in your house, and you're like, you have a bunker with ammunition. And you're like, yeah, come hold it. And you're like, I don't want to do any of that.
I guess we shouldn't be friendly with everybody. This is kind of weird.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah. Well, congratulations again on the special. It's great.
Thank you.
In your 12-hour drive back to San Diego, I hope that the bread will sustain you when you're stuck in traffic and not moving.
My wife's gonna see how the bread started, and then she's gonna see what she ends up with. When it's
just a handful.
It's gonna look like a raccoon's had at it. And I'm like, well, this is what's left. Took nice little chunks.
Awesome. Well, this was great. I'm glad we got to spend some time. Yeah, and come back often.
Definitely, I'd love to.
All right.